Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And today I'm going to be talking about my experience at Rolling Loud. I'm going to try to give you guys some advice here and there about how I think you can improve your overall Rolling Loud experience. Also, today I have some fruit that I'll be eating while I talk. I have some grapes, blueberries, strawberries, bananas, and nectarines. So let's just get right into it. So to begin with, I've only been to Rolling Loud Miami, but I have been four times. I've been 4 times, 2017, 2018, 2019. It didn't happen in 2020, and then this was my last year, 2021. And I'm going to tell you some things I've learned from going to Rolling Loud. So first off, I would say to try to think about what it is that you value. Are you there to see your favorite performer? Are you there to have fun with your friends? Are you there to do some other stuff? Like, what is it that you value? And then once you decide what it is that you value, you should stick to it. Like, for example, if you are with your friends and you need to see Lil Baby, or you need to see Future, or whoever it is that you decided that for yourself you really want to see this person, regardless of what your friends are doing, I personally recommend to go off by yourself and see whoever you're going to see. Because Rolling Loud is full of friends. There's friends everywhere. No matter who you're seeing, you will be able to find someone. But the performer who you want to see is one person. This is your chance. You're at Rolling Loud. If you value seeing these people, I recommend separating from your friends. It may be scary. It may feel uncomfortable to be by yourself walking around the largest hip hop festival in the world in Miami by yourself. I understand, but the discomfort goes away fast, and you should get out of Rolling Loud what it is that you want. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, if my friends are not trying to see someone I'm seeing, I will go without them to see whoever it is that I need to see. But some people don't do it this way. Another way to do it is that you can have a give and take with your friends. So like, say your friend wants to see this person, but you don't, you make the compromise, you go see their person, and then later you might see your person instead of theirs. The reason why this particular method doesn't work out for me is because there's already so much choosing between people that you're not really already going to be able to see everyone that you want. So it's important to me to go to everyone I want, and my friends can join along with me, or we can split up and try to meet up later. So that leads me to my next point, which is having a meetup spot. This is really important because often there's no service in Rolling Loud at all. Might I add though that I actually had service in Rolling Loud back in my Android days, and now that I have an iPhone, I didn't have service. But there will be no service. So you're gonna have to have a meetup spot with your friends. And this is actually how meetup spots need to happen, in my experience. Because let's say you're like, okay, let's meet by the giant pink alien. First off, the giant pink alien is giant. And there's like a 50-foot radius where you could be where you're at the spot, but it's like too big of a range. You get what I'm saying? So let's say this doorknob is the meetup spot. I could be standing here, I could be standing here, I could be standing here. No. If the doorknob is the meeting spot, you have to be touching the meetup spot, touching it, or else you're not at the meetup spot. Okay, so this is very important because I've heard of stories of people both being at the meetup spot at the same time and still not able to find each other because the meetup spot range is so big. So if you're not touching the spot where you said you were going to meet up at, you're not at the spot. Additionally, try to be conscious about what your meetup spot is. So this year, my friend and I actually made the mistake. Our meetup spot on the second day, and it might change every day depending on where if you're planning to be by this stage, you might want a meetup spot over here. You might not have the same exact meetup spot every single day, and that's okay, or you might, whatever you choose to do. But on the second day, we decided to make the medic station our meetup spot. Okay, good idea. I didn't think much of it because not much is going on during the day. I go there and meet up, and there's a bunch of people dealing with some things that you just don't want to interrupt, you don't want to see, you don't want to go over there. It's a horrible meetup spot. I will never do that again. Try to pick something lighthearted. For example, there's a picture of Cardi B and it said Okur, meet me by the Okur. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a much better meetup spot idea than me being by the medics. meet me next to the cops. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was a lack of planning on my part. But regardless, it's good advice to add in there because you might not be thinking about these things. I'm trying to think what else. Another thing to keep in mind is that you most likely will not be able to see everyone you want because there's 3 or 4 different stages and there's someone on each stage at all times. So it's very likely that you might have to choose between which stage you want to go to, and there's 2 people or more that you want to see. That's just a sad fact of Rolling Loud. When there's so many good performers that they have in such a short amount of time, it just is inevitable that you have to choose. So this is really sad, and it's caused me to miss some really good people. This past year I had to miss Young Thug because everything was taking too long and it never really actually runs on schedule, and you just have to pick and choose who you want to see. So just be prepared for that. Another piece of advice I have is that nothing is ever as good as it seems. So that sounds bad, and it might sound weird because especially if you know me personally, you know that I'm like very passionate about Rolling Loud, like literally obsessed. Multiple of my friends that I've met, I've told them about Rolling Loud within like an hour of meeting them. Like that's just a thing to me. I just do love Rolling Loud. But when I say that everything is not as good as you think it is, what I mean is, say you're in a really crowded, a really packed crowd, and you see an open spot over there closer. Why is no one standing there? I look so silly with my hair, but it's okay. Why is no one standing there? It's an open spot. It's perfectly good. There is something wrong with it. Like there is, or else people would be standing there. Nothing just is that easy. If you see an open spot and no one's standing there, either there's throw up on the ground, either there's something, a giant puddle of mud, or maybe there's a dead person, or maybe there's something. There's a reason. There's always a reason. There's nothing just comes free and easy and comfortable, because everything is just an issue, and it's okay. It's good. Like, it's just that's how festivals are, and it's always something, and there's so many people there that there wouldn't be an open spot for no reason, if that makes sense. So that's something to look out for. It gets really muddy. It's in Miami, obviously, because I'm talking about Rolling Loud Miami particularly. They do have Rolling Loud in other places too, like New York, California, Portugal, stuff like that. But my experience is with Miami, so it is raining. We are in Florida. It's muddy, it's gross. There's things to This past year, there was literally a whole entire huge, massive, giant puddle. So either you had to jump across, and you would end up jumping in it and getting splashed anyway, or you would just have to walk through it and your whole entire foot would get soaked. But it is what it is. So that leads me to my next step, which is don't wear good shoes. Don't pop out with your fresh new perfectly white Air Force Ones. You know what I'm saying? Don't pop out with your Jordans unless you got it like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to throw away hundreds of dollars in shoes every single day, then by all means do what you want to do. But in my personal experience, I buy $6 pairs of shoes. I still have the pair of shoes that I wore for 3 festivals now. So I spent $6, and now these are my designated festival shoes. And if I need new ones, then that's fine, because they were so cheap. You know what I'm saying? So in my experience, your shoes will get ruined. They will be covered in dirt. They will be completely destroyed. People will step on them. No one cares. It's too crowded, and that's fine. It's all part of the fun, but just be prepared for that. And also, closed-toed shoes. My homegirl asked me, what do you think of these shoes? They looked really cute. They were sandals. Her toes would have been squished. It would have been disgusting. It would have been horrible. Bad idea. Don't do that. So I suggest wearing cheap sneakers. I think I got mine from Old Navy or something crazy like that for $6. So really, this is something to keep in mind. Next, in terms of wardrobe, ladies, especially my thicker girls out there like myself, this might sound weird and some girls might disagree with me, but fishnets actually help so many things. First of all, it does provide a little bit of a barrier between your legs rubbing together, and I do understand that it's not such a barrier. It's not like wearing pants, right? So your legs will still be rubbing together, but it just does help. It does add a nice little layer. Also, oh my goodness, I'm gonna go show you guys. Okay, this stuff is an absolute must. Okay, so I'll see if I can find a link and link it in the description box, but Body Glide for her anti-chafe moisturizing balm. This stuff is a must, a literal must. So if you're wearing fishnets and you would put this on before you put on your fishnets, it looks like a deodorant and you rub it on. It just rubs on and it's like clear and it's perfect. It adds such a good glide, and you put it right in between your legs before a long day of walking around and rubbing your legs together and being a beautiful thick woman or man or non-binary person. Anyone can use this, but this solved about 96% of my life problems. So like, you need this, okay? So now I need a quick fruit break. What's your favorite fruit? I think my favorite on here is nectarine. So I think that's it in terms of outfits. I would say just wear something really cute and comfy. Obviously my legs rub together a lot, so I use this and fishnets and it helps. My next piece of advice is water, 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 okay? If you have to miss your favorite performer, this is one of those priority things, okay? If you have to miss your favorite performer because you need water. Sometimes you just know. If you know, you know. And if you need water, you need water. And if you get what I'm saying and you're at a festival where things go on where you might need water, prioritize that water. And if you see your friend needs water, tell them to drink water and offer your friend a sip of water, and make sure you drink water, because dehydration kills people. So I really suggest that you prioritize water. You make sure you're drinking water. You give your friends water. And I know it might sound like I'm stressing this, but this is a seriously important point. And if you take one thing from my video, let it be this: drink water. Be hydrated. There's free refill stations most of the time at Rolling Loud, and you're allowed to walk in with an empty bottle. Bottles of water are really expensive. Sometimes you're gonna have to buy some if you want to stay towards the front or whatever the case may be. If you want it nice and cold, it's worth it. Getting water is worth it. You need water. If you have to miss your favorite performer for water, do it. So that's that. Drink water. Do not be dehydrated. This is very important. Along the lines of the water thing, you need to eat. You can't party hard on an empty stomach. It's important that you eat, preferably before you go to Rolling Loud, because food's really expensive and it's not even that good. But if you want it for the experience of Rolling Loud food, we've all done it before. It is what it is. $15 chicken tenders, y'all know the vibes already, but do that, or eat something beforehand, or whatever the case is, but just make sure that you're eating. I like to have a nice big breakfast in the afternoon, probably 1 to 2 p.m. because I wake up late from all the turning up. Have a big breakfast and have some time to digest, get ready, and go. So make sure you're eating before Rolling Loud. It's really important. Eating and drinking water, it's really good for you to stay nourished, and we need food, especially when we party. And if we're trying to last a long time and not pass out and be strong and rave and get front row, then we need to eat and drink water. Also, making friends is really important. Going back to what I said before about how sometimes you might have to branch off from your friends to go, like, to see whoever you want to see. Just talking to people. You can meet lifelong friends that you just talk years later, and then you meet at Rolling Loud next year, or you may meet at a different festival in somewhere else in the country, and you just have connections with people, and it's just really cool to see. It's just really cool to see all the connections you can make, and how so many people come from so many different places around the country and around the world from other countries, and all their different backgrounds, and some are teachers, and some are partiers, and some are accountants, and there's so many things that people do in the world. So I just think it's so interesting how many friends and interactions and how many cool things you can have just by meeting strangers at Rolling Loud, just by talking to the person next to you, just by singing the song and getting lit with people. It really does just bring people together. And that actually reminded me of a little story. One time I was at Rolling Loud and I saw they played that song that goes I'm sorry, I don't know the words, but it's where everyone wraps their arms around everyone near them, and then you just go left, right, left, right. Even the cops were doing it. That's like unity or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's so cute. I think the cops are there to prevent and break up fights and deal with overdoses, to be honest. I really think that that's the main purpose of cops being at Rolling Loud. So don't worry too much about the cops if you're not involved in these things, you know what I'm saying? If you're doing some other things, you're most likely going to be okay. The cops are there to keep you safe. The cops are not there to be scared of. They're just regular people and they're just keeping us safe, and it's cool. The cops mostly stay away from the people. Sometimes you see people bothering the cops and you can tell the cops are like, get away from me. I just feel like I have so many good stories from Rolling Loud and so many good memories, and I've seen so many amazing artists live, and I'm just so lucky to have the opportunity to go to Rolling Loud, and it just is my favorite holiday of the year. Like, it really is. It's just so much fun. I'm so blessed. I love it so much. I will be at Rolling Loud Miami anytime that I can, so you can expect to see me there. I like to turn up. It would be cool to turn up with y'all. So let me know if there's any unanswered questions that you guys have about Rolling Loud, or if you want to hear any of my Rolling Loud story times, or if you want to see any other types of videos. I'm definitely open to your guys' opinions and comments. So please comment down below and let me know what you would like to see, or if you like this video, or if it helped at all. So thanks. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video.